There's a long list of rappers who have committed crimes so serious that even the FBI went after them, just like Tay-K, who's now serving 80 years in prison.
You're young, but you're going to have to make better choices. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to sentence him to 80 years in the prison, give him credit for any time served.
But when it comes to King Von, his list of crimes was so wild, it felt like everyone was looking for him.
Case against a rapper accused in a outside of the Varsity will move forward.
They say around 5 in the morning on February 5th, Lil Durk, whose real name is Dirk Derek Banks, and his co-defendant Devontae Bennett were seen on camera involved in Alexander Witherspoon, a person police say they knew.
3 people, including a 73-year-old man, are recovering after they were shot just before noon today. Police say all 3 were standing near 63rd and King Drive.
Oh, wait, we've got some breaking news to tell you about right now. There is a police investigation happening right now at a home on Maryland Avenue near 67th Avenue.
Ever since King Von passed away in 2020, Chicago police have managed to solve 5 cold cases using new technology. And surprisingly, Von's name came up in many of them. One of those was a 2014 Englewood case, where Von and a man named Big Mike showed up at a birthday party on Chicago's South Side. Gunfire broke out. A 19-year-old named Malcolm Stuckey was killed, and 2 others were injured. Police charged Von King Von Bennett with first-degree murder and 2 counts of attempted murder. Von was only 19 years old at the time. Big Mike, scared to lose his future, ended up snitching on Von. According to witness statements, both men were seen creeping over a hill, hopping a fence, and firing into a crowd of people, hitting Stuckey by accident. Years later, both were tried in court. Big Mike was convicted, while King Von was found not guilty on every charge. He walked out a free man that day. Years later, Von dropped a song called Why He Told, taking shots at Big Mike for snitching and openly talking about the entire case. Some lawyers even believed if Von were still alive, the case might have been reopened because of how much detail he revealed in the lyrics. During another arrest the following year, Von bragged to police saying, "I just beat a body in 2 attempts."
I cuffed him this way because we're...
Could y'all let me go to my Valentine's Day?
You talk going to jail.
I just got a deal. You don't know me, that's what I'm saying.
What were you like up for?
Like a body in 2 attempts.
What? I'm sorry?
Huh?
You want it, you gotta have it.
What? You gonna figure it out.
But that wasn't the end of Von's legal troubles. In 2019, another case nearly dragged Lil Durk down with him. In February, a man was shot near the Varsity in Atlanta. Jewelry, cash, and a Jeep were stolen. Surveillance cameras around the diner caught both Lil Durk and King Von committing the crime. By June 2019, a detective testified that video footage showed Lil Durk firing from a moving car, while King Von was behind the wheel. The judge said there was enough evidence to proceed. Both were arrested.
Put your other hand on top of your head, please.
Out here?
What?
For what? Atlanta? Go.
Yeah.
Oh.
So just stay safe, and we're gonna just change it.
You too, I hate it like this, partner. You ain't never give me no hard time.
Hey, man, when you can't explain to your aunt, man, like it's not, we don't know what your case is. We just people that come pick you up. Right.
A week later, both appeared for bond hearings. Lil Durk got out on a $250,000 bond, while King Von was also released shortly after. But in October 2022, Fulton County prosecutors dropped all charges against Lil Durk, citing the interests of justice. Von's passing in 2020 meant his case never went to trial, but had he been alive, the trial was expected to begin in 2024. That's when things took a dark turn. O-Block associate Osha Von's father claimed Von was backdoored, set up by none other than Lil Durk himself, to make sure the case never went to trial. And new evidence, disturbingly, seemed to line up with his statement.
I'm going to give you this. It's a backdoor and I got all the pieces. That's all I'm going to tell you. As Durk asked Vonnie, is it open? Vonnie told him it's off the hinges.
Wait. Are you talking about the Von? Like King Von?
Listen very carefully. When the payment was made to Little Tim, the next day or the same day, Durk asked Vonnie, was it open? This is what he asked him. Was it open? It was the exact words, was it open? He told him it's off the hinges.
Are you saying that Vonnie backdoor King Von? No way. That was right here.
You heard what I just said. Guess what? You need motive first, right? I got bankers. I got bankers that'll testify that or will make a contract or make a statement to you and let you know that this is the amount of money he had, this is what he had, this is that, another. You need motive first and foremost. I got text messages from the lawyer letting you know that who told on Von before he got.
DJ Academics later asked OSHA's father why he believed Lil Durk would want Von gone.
Why would Durk want Von?
Let me give you this. First of all, you didn't sign your rights over. You ain't in no 360 deal. First of all, you can't bring nobody into the business and they surpass you. How you bring me to the table when I pass you up? Don't nobody want their chief spot taken, do they?
That's an interesting
Dude was
thing.
a slack. He was signing the boys. He was Von wasn't no slack.
That's interesting. I did find out that Von didn't have any contractual ties to Durk like that, which was
Man, come on, man. He wasn't even signed to him. How's this his friend? He lied on Breakfast Club and said, "Hey, you think your man would be sitting here with $300,000 worth of jewelry on and he not having a?"
OSHA's father explained that the Varsity case was handled privately between Durk's lawyers and the Atlanta court system. This hinted that Durk may have made a deal behind closed doors, ensuring the case never went public. He doubled down when new reports surfaced, claiming OSHA Vaughn had orchestrated both Lil PAB's and King Von's deaths.
Oh, no, he ain't take my rights. He ain't respond no back to me because this is on a tablet. He on a jail tablet when I sent that to him. He ain't respond nothing else to him. I told you he can't take my advice because they playing. They made themselves get caught. This is what come along with it. They wanted to get caught. You understand me?
So, that's what you meant by trenches paint. Okay.
What you mean trenches what?
Was it you that said that? With the whole narrative about Vonnie snitching with the text messages, like that's.
Yeah. I don't know who said that, but that was me.
But that was a focus. Everybody was trying to make it seem like that's what the text messages was about.
That's just saying what he finna cop out to, and this, that, and that. And with me saying Von, some people like, damn, what he gonna tell on some words on Von?
I ain't gonna lie, I said that in my video. I'm intrigued to know what the Von name was for.
No, he ain't gonna tell him no Von. You gonna tell it just like you orchestrated Lil you orchestrated this, and guess who you work for?
King Von's own sister would later post on Instagram, backing this up, calling Vonnie, Durk's sister-in-law, a rat and a snitch in a murder-for-hire case, echoing exactly what OSHA's father said. But Von's name didn't just surface in those cases. It came up again in the murder of FBG Duck. At around 4:10 p.m., FBG Duck and his girlfriend were parked on Oak Street. As Duck stepped out to shop, cameras caught several men rushing from O Block, getting into a Ford Fusion and a Chrysler 300. The cars were tracked through 7 city cameras, leading to the Gold Coast. At 4:26 p.m., both cars pulled up, for gunmen jumped out and opened fire. Duck and his friend tried to take cover, but within 15 seconds, it was over. Duck was pronounced dead on the scene.
Were you saddened by the news that he was dead?
Man, that hurt. I didn't go to sleep at night. Can't believe that. Hold on, man. Let's talk about some other.
Police found 38 shell casings at the scene. The 6 men arrested for the hit were later labeled the O Block 6. C-Tang, Kenny Mac, Los, Muwap DQ, and Tay-Chef TZ. A strange detail stood out. Each of them had been gifted diamond O Block chains. Investigators traced those chains back to King Von, who reportedly spent $128,000 on them from an Atlanta jeweler, some before Duck's death and some right after. In January 2023, police documents revealed that an informant told him Duck had a $50,000 bounty on his head, later raised to $100,000. The buyer's name was redacted, but police believe the person who ordered those custom O-Block chains was the one behind the entire hit. Around the same time, new files about King Von's own death were released, detailing shocking truths about that night. According to hospital staff, Von actually survived 2 surgeries, but later died after being startled by a nurse entering the room.
And Von made it to 2 surgeries. He had 3 surgeries ago. He made it to 2 surgeries. And then after the second surgery, he hopped off the bed and started fighting the nurse and said where his gun at. And he went and he died because he went into shock. So he was making
Wow.
2 surgeries. How hours later, Kayla know, talking about some, he fought the nurse. She the one told me that. His mama didn't even know that. How you knowing what's going on inside the hospital that quick?
Because she was there at the hospital.
Police records suggested that King Von might have been betrayed by someone close to him. He had paid bodyguards to protect him that night. But when the fight broke out, they ran in the opposite direction instead of defending him.
His security guard let him walk. You get paid he get paid to protect. How the you let him walk over and fight? You ain't even supposed to let him fight. He ain't supposed to be touching nobody. Security guard, if anything, you make sure Quando them leave. Whoever else they was with, you make sure they leave. How you let him walk over somebody that's the reason y'all here, the reason everybody in this parking lot here, because this man right here making the money and y'all his entourage. But that security guard, it's something fishy with him. That's why he deleted his Instagram. I definitely feel like it's foul play. I don't know where it's coming from, but I definitely feel like it's some weird shit going on.
Body cam footage confirmed it. None of Von's bodyguards were there when the shooting happened. They were all hired through Lil Durk's label. Later, Quando Rondo gave an interview describing exactly what happened, including Von's final moments. To understand that, we need to revisit the full, updated police file on King Von's death, because it shows how everything went down. On November 5th, 2020, King Von and his crew went out to celebrate his new album's release at a club in Atlanta. It was supposed to be a night of success, but it turned into tragedy.
I travel with one security that moves with Von, and he traveled with 2 more securities. You know what I'm saying? Von traveled in a proof truck, and not only that, his guys are security, man. He travels with 10 to 15 guys daily. They protect and love Von more than any security would. I think we're about 8-10 cars deep, 20-25 on entourage.
Von grew up in one of Chicago's most dangerous areas. He knew how risky being outside could be. That night, he rolled deep around 25 people, including armed security, and his manager 100K Track, who made sure Von had tight protection. But later in the night, Von's behavior changed. He kept texting someone nonstop, clearly upset. When the party ended, his team was ready to head back to the Airbnb. But Von had different plans.
Everybody's mind leaving the club is that we're going to the hotel and the Airbnb, because that's normal routine. The club he went to, the after hours, wasn't getting paid for. I didn't have no acknowledgement of. His team didn't have no acknowledgement of. That was a complete Von decision.
Last minute, he told the driver to reroute to another spot, a club called Monaco. That single decision would change everything.
So everybody else that was with us driving to the Airbnb, and Von literally went to the venue by himself. We got a call later from people in the car, like, hey bro, we here by, matter of fact, I think from his DJ was like, hey bro, we here by ourselves, like, where you guys at? And everybody rerouted to that venue.
Von's crew didn't even know about the change until they arrived at the club. By the time they turned around and joined him, Von was sitting in his truck, glued to his phone, quiet and tense. He stayed there for 30 minutes, acting strange. His manager checked on him, try and calm him down.
For some reason, Von wasn't himself. This man is like, I promise you, the best artist I ever moved in my life. For some reason that night, it was off. Like, he stayed in the car for like 30, 35 minutes.
Finally, Von agreed to go inside. But Monaco's rules required everyone to leave their guns in the car. So his team sent security ahead to check the place out.
I went to the car he was in. I was like, yo, Von. Went inside the passenger seat. I'm like, yo, Von, bro, what's going on? Like, everybody here waiting, let's go. He was like, all right, let's go. We're telling security, hey, it's time to go in now. Von's ready. You know what I'm saying? We've been here too long. Let's go inside the club. They check the venue, go inside, check the outside, make sure there's no...
Outside, trouble was brewing. Quando Rondo was sitting in his own car nearby, trying to get some rest. When one of Von's security guards spotted him, he rushed back to tell Von, yo, Quando's right here.
Now, right before we go inside the club, one of his homeboys, he came to the car and said, hey, so-and-so's here. And Von just jumped up like, oh, come on, let's go.
Von jumped out of his truck immediately, angry, ready to fight. His team tried to calm him, but he charged straight toward Quando, throwing the first punch.
Jumped out the car. By the time Von jumped out the car, I don't even think he knew where so-and-so was. He just jumped out the car. He bumped into so-and-so. As soon as he bumped into so-and-so, started brawling.
Seconds later, Lil Tim, Quando's friend, jumped out from the back of the car and opened fire, hitting both Vaughn and his manager. Gunfire erupted from both sides. 2 off-duty cops nearby heard the shots, called it in, and fired in the crowd to break it up. One of Vaughn's friends was hit. Vaughn collapsed in the street, while Quando stayed beside him. Some believe he was trying to take Vaughn's chain. Others say Vaughn held him as a shield.
And was he trying to take Vaughn's chain, or?
Honest truth, I don't think V-Roy had no jewelry on, and from the people that was a little bit closer, Vaughn was actually holding onto him like, man, you ain't going nowhere. Like, you here, like, even through getting, he's that strong. Like, he was literally holding him.
Once the chaos stopped, Vaughn's best friend Muwap rushed in, pushing Quando away and helping Vaughn into a getaway car. They sped to the hospital. Vaughn was still conscious, reassuring his crew that he'd be fine.
When he was in the car, I myself wasn't there. The gentleman that was in the car with him was panicking, and Vaughn was the one that was like, hey, calm down, slow down, chill, I'm gonna be good, just get me to the hospital. And honest truth, we all thought that the way he was carrying himself from that incident, from what I was told from the people in the car, that he would have been fine.
At the hospital, Vaughn went through 2 surgeries and survived, but tragically, he later passed away after being startled by a nurse who entered the room. The strange part? He was reportedly looking for a gun that wasn't even there, something only Quando Rondo had mysteriously mentioned in an interview 2 years earlier.
I mean, like you said, the King Von situation, like there was absolutely no reason for Von to be rolling around with that dude. Like, there was no, especially since he had security, like, you know, someone should have jumped in. It should never even.
King Von
I almost feel like, but I almost feel like if
all
you have real security,
all of them is supposed to blast. I feel like they would have been more ready in Chicago.
Sad, man, sad. I mean, the whole King Von thing is really kind of hanging
me up,
over
bro.
everyone right now.
That me up, bro. Cause I like King Von.